A very good morning, class. We are here to revise the first chapter, first unit, that is Introduction to Economics. We saw that in this chapter we are going to see about the definition of economics, which have been quoted by different economists and different times. The definition of economics quoted by different economists, as the economic scenario changed, the definitions even changed. So first and foremost, we have to understand the meaning of the word economics. What is the meaning of the word economics? Economics is really a study of how to overcome the shortages or how to make the best use of limited resources. So economics basically teaches you how to make the most of something. Means maximum use, minimum wastage. That is the main target, main aim of economics. So economics is really a study of how to overcome the shortages. If there is a shortage, how to overcome that. Means best utilization of resources should be done first. Or how to make the best use of limited resources. Optimum utilization of resources. That is the core target of economics. So that should be practiced. Second is about the economy, a term which is very much similar to the word economics, which most of you write down in the, you are supposed to write down in your answer sheet. You write down, in spite of the word economics, you write down economy. What does the word economy means? An economy is a system. An economy is a system by which people earn their livelihood. It is a system by which people earn their livelihood. Livelihood means it actually makes a person capable how to generate income, or what are the sources through which a person can generate income. So an economy is a system by which people earn their livelihood. Now from this only there are two divisions: economic activities and non-economic activities. There are two divisions: economic activities and non-economic activities. Economic activities are those activities which are done, which are performed for the sake of money, for the sake of wealth. An economic activity is an activity which is performed for the need of money, for the sake of money. For example, a teacher teaching a student. A teacher teaching a student is an economic activity. Whereas non-economic activity is those type of activity which does not have any remunerative value, it does not have any financial value, but more or less it is done for the sake of patronage, love, kindness, or it may say that your culture may promote you to do some sort of work which is actually a part of social value. No economic gain, no economic benefit is counted, but rather social benefits are listed in it. So non-economic activity example is a person helping a blind man to cross the road. A person helping a blind man to cross the road is a non-economic activity. Why? No income is generated when the person does the work. No income is generated. Okay, a teacher teaching his own son or daughter at home is a non-economic activity. The same teacher, when he teaches his son or daughter in the school, is an economic activity because his son or daughter has paid some amount, some fees. That is why he is being taught in the school. But when the same teacher teaches at home, no fees is taken in, so that becomes a non-economic activity. So we'll see the definition of economics, how different economists are quoted. We'll begin with the Adam Smith definition. Adam Smith, known to be as father of economics. Sometimes the question is asked, who is known to be the father of economics? Adam Smith is known to be the father of economics in the year 1776. In the year 1776, he wrote a book, a very famous book, An Inquiry into Nature, Causes of Wealth of Nation. An Inquiry into Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nation, where he talked about why wealth is so prominent, why wealth is so important, for the development of any economy. Why wealth is so important for the development of any economy? So, like I told you in the regular class, that economics was never an individual subject. It was actually a part of social studies. It was a social study only. But with times when the importance was gained, this subject was given as a special heading termed as economics. So Adam Smith was the first one who came out with different principles. In his book, he finds out an inquiry into nature. He inquires and finds out the causes of wealth. That is why the name of the book is An Inquiry into Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nation. So why does a country, or why in order to grow, in order to prosper, in order to develop, why does a country require wealth? Why does the country require money? So wealth is the core part of his definition. Wealth is the core part of his definition. Now when I say core means all the economic activities. All the economic activities revolve around this wealth only. Means according to Adam Smith, whatever work a person does, whatever work a person performs, the basic intention, the utmost intention is to earn money. That is wealth. So his definition revolves around wealth only. He says that a person should be an economic man. A person should be an economic man means he should think in an economic way, he should think in a professional way. No social part is complete without the economic part. Like for example of non-economic activity is a person helping a blind man to cross the road, or second would be a person who goes to a temple or a church or a mosque. He donates some amount over there, some amount he gives, some money he gives. That is a charity. Money has different name at different places. In a school when you pay, it's called fees. And temples, churches, wherever you give, that becomes a charity. For getting your work done in an illegal way, that becomes a donation. So same money has different name. Same money has different name. So he says, according to Adam Smith, that non-economic activity would not have been possible if there was no economic activity. Means if there were no sources of income, if there were no sources of wealth, person would not have been able to perform the non-economic activity. That is why his definition, his concept revolves around wealth only. And he considers that all the non-economic activities are possible with the help of economic activities. Class, I'll put a stop over here. Tomorrow, next class, we'll see about the definition, what he says, and his main points, main features. Thank you.